swbox.com. Today we're going to show you how to change a BlackBerry casing to a white set with a white screen. Now it's very simple, but obviously you need to do it in a certain procedure. So I'm going to talk you through that now. You need two tools and the kit to do it. So the two tools you need is a screwdriver and a prying tool, which you can purchase from swbox.com anyway. Okay, so with the kit you get a new screen with a white housing, battery cover and back plate. You get a nice front cover, chromed and white. And then obviously you get a nice keypad in white and a new face cover for the bottom. Okay, what we do to start with is we turn the BlackBerry over and we'll remove the battery cover and back plate. Remove the battery itself, turn it back over, we're going to remove the bottom cover plate, and under there's two screws. It can be a little bit tricky, you do have to sort of pry it up like so. Once you've popped it out, it does come out quite easy once you break the seal because it is stuck down. Okay, so you can remove that, and then there's two little screws there and there. They're the next thing that you remove, so I'll remove them. Now there are small screws, so when you do remove them, make sure you put them somewhere safe. Okay, sometimes they get stuck, so what you do have to do, slowly remove them and put them all together. They're all the same length on the BlackBerry, so luckily you don't have to put them back in a certain procedure. You can just put them back. Yeah, so then what you now can do is remove this main frame around the sides. So we're just going to pop that. Okay, now once you've got it started, best to use this tool just to push it all the way along like so. Then you should be able to push the housing up. If it won't come, there's a little slot in the back that you can use just to free it up like so. Okay, push the keypad down and out of the way, and then that's removed. Now you can remove the keypad out of the way. Next thing to do is remove the plug for the motherboard. Okay, use the tool again because it's much easier. Okay, and all you've got to do, just pop that off like that. It's only a clip, but you do need to remove it. Now you've got four screws again. Okay, so there's one there, one there, one there and one there. Remove all four screws one at a time, again putting them somewhere in a nice safe place where you're going to be able to find them because they are very small. Okay, luckily this screwdriver is magnetic, so the screws stick to it. We just lay them there. There's two. There's three. That's four. All four screws are removed. Because the motherboard's unplugged, you should be able to just sort of wiggle this out. Okay, let's put that to one side. Now, we do need to remove the controller pad. So again, we're going to unclip that using the tool again, the little prying tool. That just pops it off, and you can push that out of the way then, and that'll drop down, because you're going to use that on the next one. The next thing you need to do is unclip the power supply for the screen itself. And again, use the little tool and just pry it up. Once that's freed up, like that, then you've got two clips there and two clips there. And you've just got to move them out of the way so you can then wiggle the screen out. Okay, so I'm going to do that now. And this bit is a little bit stiff, so don't be afraid to use a little bit of force. Okay, because you're going to push them back up anyway. And you can easily put them back into place. Once they're up, that one needs to go a little bit more. Yeah. Now then, if you get the corner, you should be able to lift that corner up, and then this corner up. Now they are stuck down, so when you do remove them, you might find a little bit of resistance because they're 2 sticky pads on there. Okay, so that's the old screen removed. Now, starting again, doesn't really matter where you start, it's best to start with the screen. Okay, slide that in, making sure you got it the right way up, which is that way. Okay, now I find it's best to re-plug it in before you push the clips back down, because then it will hold it into place. So I'll plug that back into the motherboard. Now I'm going to pry the clips back over to hold the top of the screen back in. Okay, that side's done. Just do this side. Obviously be careful on this side because you've got the motherboard plug. Okay. Now, the screen comes with a protector, but it's best to leave it on to the last minute, otherwise you're going to put little marks on it from your fingerprints and that sort of thing, and they're hard to clean then. Okay, so once you've done that, the best thing to do is push this. There's a little hole that you push that through and into place. Then you need to plug it in. It's hard to get it round the wrong way, because obviously the plug will be on the other side. But that's that. That's all plugged back in. The screen's plugged in. So now you can just start putting it all back together. Best thing to do is slide it into the bottom first, because there's 2 little clips there that the motherboard sits underneath. So when you do put it in, make sure they go in nicely first. Okay? Once you've done that, then you can plug the motherboard back in. Okay? So we'll do that next. Making sure it's all lined up. Yeah? So that bit's done. Now we want to put the 4 screws back in to hold the motherboard to the back casing. Okay? Now it's best to work diagonally. So you put one in one of the corners and then work to the diagonal corner from there. Don't screw it too tight down, just in case it's not lined up properly. Okay? Now I'm going to work to the other corner. Okay? Just to hold it in place. Like so. And that should start pulling it down nice and square for the other 2 to go in. Okay? We'll slide that in there. As you can see, it's not a hard job, it's just a little bit finicky. So just take your time when you're doing it. Okay? And make sure you lay everything out so it's nice and easy to get to. The last thing you want is a mess when you're doing this sort of thing. Okay? Now you can remove the screen cover, take that out of the way and lay your new keyboard back on. Make sure that your controller button is in line. Okay? Once that's done, now you can put this cover back on. The other thing to watch with this is that this doesn't pop out. Sometimes the volume buttons move, so just make sure it's in before you put this cover back on. And then all you do is you slide the top in first, and then you work around it, pushing everything round. It does clip in nicely, as you can see, it fits really, really well. Okay, just make sure they all clip in nicely. Sometimes it takes a little bit to persuade it. Yeah. Looks okay. Yeah. Not too bad. Then you can remove this piece. You don't need that anymore. Okay. Then you need to put your last 2 screws back in, which hold the keyboard down to the motherboard. We do that. Screw that one in nicely. Screw this one in. Line it up. Yep. And that's done. Put your little bottom cover on. Always work it to the bottom first and just clip it into place like that. Then you can put your battery back in. Slide your back cover on. There. As you can see, we have a nice white BlackBerry. Didn't take too long, fits really well, looks really stylish, and of course if you have problems with this, you've still got your old one, no problem at all. You can buy all of these at swbox.com. You can buy the kit, the screwdrivers and the prying kit. Okay, so if you go to swbox.com, you will find all of this kit and how to do it. Okay?